what's up guys? Jake here, Dude Ranch DIY. I'm back here and where else other than the wood yard. I just stacked up a half of an IBC tote full of some of this oak that I had last split, which I guess was, let me think about it. Must have at least been like 2 months ago now. And this oak has just been sitting here at the end of the log splitter, right where it fell when I split it the last time. So I just did a little time lapse of stacking up the first half of the IBC tote, but I figured now would be a good time to just take a quick walk around the wood yard and get a little inventory of what we got going on here, and try and create a little game plan, I guess, for the next week or two, couple weeks, now that the weather's starting to cool down. It's getting to be firewood season. Okay, so here we have some logs that I brought back from a job that I did. It's mostly beech in there. Actually, looking at it, it's all beech, and it's all pretty small, pretty straight. I cut out a lot of the crotches and gnarly pieces a while back and hauled those away. So those will be up on the docket pretty soon. But before I get to that, I've had all of this hickory back here and some maple mixed in there too. That's all been chunked up, and it's just waiting to be split. It's been chunked up now, I don't know, probably a good 4 or 5 months since like the beginning of the summer. So it's been drying, even though it's not split. It's definitely been drying out a bit. You can start to see some cracks on the pieces, so that's always a good sign. But before we get to that, I have this wood that's directly next to the Rugged Made splitter, and it's mostly ash. I think it actually might be all ash, and it's all relatively straight. We got one crotch piece right there, but that's no big deal, and it's pretty good size. We got this one big piece. Oh, look at this. Wow, this piece is not dry. It is totally cut on both ends, yet it's sprouting out ash branches. Look at that. Mother Nature is a weird and amazing thing sometimes. So we got that ash pile that will probably be next up on the splitter to split, followed by the hickory and maple that are already cut up into rounds. Then behind me here, we got, well, first of all, we got the shelter logic. It's actually a good thing that we didn't set that up, because as you'll see in the video I'm about to post, a big branch fell on the pad that we made for it. And if we had set it up, it probably would have been crushed. So I guess procrastination sometimes is a good thing. But we got a big pile of wood chips there. We got a big burn pile of brush right there. And we'll either send that through the chipper, but we'll probably just burn it, because there's a lot of dirt and stuff mixed in there from picking it all up with the Grapple. Actually, now that I think about it, a lot of that stuff would probably be pretty good to burn in the burn barrel slowly but surely while we're out here in the wintertime during those colder months, splitting and cutting up wood. It's always nice to have a burn barrel going. So a lot of that stuff's pretty dry. It's just sticks and stuff around the property that have fallen that we never really sent through the chipper, or actually we didn't have the chipper at the time that we made most of that pile. Got a couple IBC totes over here, 3 of them. We got our kindling slash shard slash scrap wood pile there. And then we got the big stack of wood here, which we've slowly been taken from to sell some firewood. I got half of this tote left to fill up, and then I got one more right here, and I believe I have 2 more up in the front of the property next to the barn, which I still need to take the tanks out of and cut the cages. And then I'm pretty sure that my dad has like 4 or 5 over on his property, and I'm not quite sure what his intention was for those, or if he's gonna use them or not, because he doesn't really have a tractor. He does not have a tractor to pick them up. He's got an ATV in his Tacoma truck, but I don't really know what his plan was for those. It might just be easier to stack it in that instead of having to, try and balance the stack or do the log cabin method or put stakes in the ground. So we'll see. Maybe I could get those off of him. And my supplier actually messaged me the other day saying that he has at least 4 more of just the cages, and I could come up and get them whenever I want. So in the coming weeks, once things slow down for me as far as the tree work goes, I will probably take a trip up the line a little bit and pick those up. Hopefully he has more than 4 by then. I'll take as many as he's got, because these things are great. Just makes it super easy to move wood around, super easy to stack it. I think from what I'm seeing that it dries pretty well. So all in all, I've been pretty happy with the purchase of the IBC totes. All right, so now I'm gonna set the camera back on the tripod and finish up the time lapse and stack the second half of this here IBC tote. Enjoy. So there we go, one more full IBC tote ready to go. I'm interested to see how the tractor lifts this one up. The last time I stacked one was this one, as you can see. Haven't used the pallet fork since then. And I think it was like 95% oak pretty much. And it was wet at the time, I had just split it. But the tractor really struggled to pick it up. It picked it up using the breakaway force, you know, just curling up the bucket. Picked it up a couple inches, enough where I could move it around. But it was really front heavy and heavy because it was mostly oak. This is mostly oak too, but it's had considerable time to dry. Oh, hey Sully. What's up, Sal? How's it going, dude? How's it going? Yeah. Hi. So this one's had a bunch of time to dry. The wood is noticeably lighter when I picked it up. So I'm curious to see how the tractor handles it. That brings our total, those 3 plus those 2 is 5, 6, and then 7 behind it. That's 7 full IBC totes. So a little bit over 2 cords, I guess. And then I have 1 more empty one here. And I think 1 or 2 more up by the garage with the tank still in them. And then, like I said, I think 4 or 5 at my parents' house. So potential to have quite a few of these things, and I'm gonna be getting some more, which I'm looking forward to. All right, so this was just a quick Dude Ranch DIY wood yard update, getting everybody up to date on what's going on in the wood yard. I still have not gotten the tractor back from the dealer yet. They're still doing some work on the hydraulic couplers and a couple other little things, nothing major. So I decided it would be a good time to stack up some of this firewood that's been sitting there for, quite honestly, quite some time. So that's it for today. If you guys like this stuff, please hit that like button, subscribe, comment below, and be sure to share it with your friends if they're into that kind of stuff too. And we'll see you here next time at Dude Ranch DIY.